And afternoon. Good afternoon. And welcome to Rutgers University and welcome to the New Jersey Medical School. And welcome to the Barbara and Norm Seiden White Coat Ceremony for the class of 2021. And welcome to the Gold Humanism Honor Society induction for the class of 2018. Now, before I go on, we need to move to our national anthem, and I ask the members of the vocal cords, the New Jersey Medical School's a cappella ensemble, to come forward and lead us all in the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Well, thank you, vocal cords. You never cease to amaze me whenever I hear you provide us with that rendition. So this is number 13 for me, my 13th time presiding over a white coat ceremony. And every year I approach this day with lots of trepidation. It has stormed, lightning has struck, oh, you can also be seated. Lightning has struck. It has been so hot that we all passed out. Today is wonderful. It's number 13. And I guess I should get some lottery tickets today. I am very proud to welcome you here and to have you as part of our ceremony. I'd like to recognize individuals who are on our podium and individuals who are special people here with us today. First, Dr. Arnold Gold. Dr. Gold is the Chair Emeritus. Arnold is the Chair Emeritus of the Gold Foundation, a member of the New Jersey Medical School Board of Advisors, and Arnold Gold is the creator of the White Coat Ceremony. Arnold. And throughout all these years, the 23 years of it, I think Arnold's been at every one of them, so it's wonderful to have you here with us, Arnold. Dr. Sandra Gold, the Senior Counselor and President of the Arnold P. Gold Foundation, also a member of our Board of Advisors. Mr. Norm Seiden is the Vice Chair of the Arnold P. Gold Foundation, and this ceremony is named for Mr. Seiden and his late wife, Barbara, We also welcome the Seidon's daughter, Pearl Seidon, and she will address us later in the ceremony. Dr. Richard Levin, President and Chief Executive Officer of the Arnold P. Gold Foundation, he will also speak with us today. We're also pleased to have Dr. Lois Malm, a graduate of the New Jersey Medical School class of 1968, who will also speak to us and lead the class in the Hippocratic Oath. From the New Jersey Medical School's Board of Advisors, we welcome Mr. Joseph Muscarell, a longtime supporter of the school, and you might notice that the endowment of the dean is given to us by Joe Muscarell, the name himself and his wife. So Marcia Atkin from the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, another strong supporter of research and education at the school. From our Board of Advisors, Ms. Ruthie Byrne and Dr. Fred Jacobs, also a member of our Board of Advisors and a strong supporter of the school. Today, as I said earlier, is truly a special day, a day in which we honor individuals from our incoming senior class who have been outstanding in their commitment to humanism in our school, and also we welcome in the new class of individuals who will be the major product that we produce over the next 4 years. The white coat ceremony is, as it were, a graduation into the medical profession. And during this ceremony, we'll talk about humanism, and at the end of the ceremony, you'll take the Hippocratic Oath. Now, you'll take that oath again in 4 years when you graduate from medical school, but the oath is a statement that you make of your belief in the values that we hold so dear. You've all worked very hard, and you've all accomplished a great deal. And that hard work, your dedication has led you to this moment now, a momentous moment in your life. Class of 2021, we are happy to have you here with us, and we, the faculty and administration of the Jersey Medical School, are dedicated to helping you make that transition from senior year in college or whatever you were doing before into the medical profession. At this time, I wish to call to the podium Dr. Richard Levin, who will introduce the first speaker. Dr. Levin?
Thank you, Dean Johnson. Good afternoon, everyone. You'll notice when you shake Dean Johnson's hand later that there's a mark of his distinguished characteristics. Not only is he an extraordinary professor, medical educator, expert in public health, but on his left lapel, he wears proudly the pin of the Gold Humanism Honor Society. It is an honor for me and the Gold Foundation to join you today at this prestigious school to celebrate the White Coat ceremony for the class of 2021. When I started medical school at NYU in 1970, there was no White Coat ceremony. Instead, I received a slip of paper, an unceremonious, repeatedly copied scrap that asked me to report to an obscure room in the old Bellevue Hospital in New York to pick up my white coat, and in those days, white pants as well. At the appointed time, I walked through a maze of drab green corridors and came to a coat room. There was only one person there, an old seamstress at her sewing machine. She looked over her glasses and said quietly, "Hi, Doc, here for your coat?" She looked at me, quickly assessed my size and shape, grabbed a starch coat from the many piles in front of her, and asked me to try it on. And while I was doing that, she said, "Doc, you're going to see some things, Doc. You're going to see some things." The coat fit, of course. I was probably the 10,000th student she sized up. We talked a bit. I wanted to talk longer, and then she had to get rid of me. So to usher me out, she said, "Listen, you take care of our patients now, Doc. You do a good job, okay?" I promised her I would, and I left. That was my ceremony. And I have never forgotten that promise, that oath, to simply take care of our patients. But members of the class of 2021, the white coat is nothing without you. You wear it. There's so many amazing things that you're going to do after you put on that white coat today. I think you'll discover that it is not a shield. It's not designed to be a shield. It's actually a connector between you and your patient. And that connection must not be lost in our race to cure more and do more in less time with less interaction. The Gold Foundation, born here in New Jersey almost 30 years ago, is dedicated to keeping healthcare human. And we take great pride in following all of you for the rest of your professional lives. The White Coat Ceremony was one of the Foundation's earliest programs because Dr. Arnold and Sandra Gold and Norman and Barbara Seiden, for whom this ceremony is named, are dreamers and visionaries who also act. Now, the White Coat Ceremony is a worthy ritual in almost every United States medical school, most Canadian schools, and many international schools. And here's the point. The white coat derives all of its symbolism from those who wear it, you as caring healers. And the oath you take today is the one delivered by the seamstress to me in 1970. Just take care of our patients. You can make the most extraordinary difference in another human's life. And I urge you, as young physicians, to be every patient's doctor. Get up there, in the front. Be the doctor. These things aren't easy, but you do them, you do honor to the profession. You renew our privilege to wear the habit of the healer. And don't let the doomsayers frighten you. Your time as doctors will be as extraordinary as that of the incredible practitioners and teachers and mentors who preceded you in the grand 2,500-year tradition of our field. And frankly, I can't wait to see what you all do. Once again, congratulations not only to you, but to your dean, your faculty, your significant others, and most importantly, your parents. Good luck, and welcome my colleagues to the profession of medicine. And now I have the honor of introducing Pearl Seiden. As you heard, Pearl is the daughter of Norman and Barbara Seiden and has carried on her parents' great legacy of philanthropy and community leadership. She holds degrees in both occupational therapy and nursing and is a true believer in the value of humanistic, patient-centered medicine. In 1990, she founded Camp Dream Street, a summer camp for kids with cancer and other blood disorders and their siblings. Pearl and the rest of the Seiden family truly understand how crucial it is to not lose sight of the patient in the midst of the disease, to always allow the human connection to shine through and be at the forefront of every healthcare encounter. I'm proud to introduce you to Pearl Seiden.
Thank you, Rich. It's a great pleasure for me to be here today and add my greetings to each of you at this auspicious White Coat ceremony. Today I would like to share with you our family story and our connection to the Arnold P. Gold Foundation and Rutgers UMDMJ White Coat ceremony. Over 40 years ago, my mother went to a major New York hospital for a simple hysterectomy and had a catastrophic medical accident. She suffered diffuse brain damage. She did not breathe on her own for 6 days. We did not know if she would ever regain consciousness. So I know the anguish, the feeling of hopelessness and helplessness as a result of a calamitous medical condition, as well as its tragic impact on every member of a family. I was 23 years old. I thought my mother was going to die, or perhaps worse, remain in a vegetative state. My mother remained in a coma for 3 months, slowly regaining consciousness. The diminished oxygen to her brain resulted in a global neurological disability with myoclonic seizures. Prior to the medical accident, my mother was a bright, competent, and fiercely independent woman. Now she needed to relearn the basics: how to walk, talk, feed, and dress herself. After 11 long months, she finally came home. She had multiple cognitive deficits and numerous physical challenges. From that point on, she was never alone. There was always a nurse or my dad by her side, assisting her in every aspect of her life. She would never again drive a car, cook a meal, manage the family finances, or walk by herself. Despite her many deficits, my mother was remarkable. She was focused, determined to do the hard work that was needed to improve her ability to function. My father was coach, cheerleader, and medical director. He relentlessly pushed her to progress with compassion and love. It was his belief that she could overcome many of her deficits, in spite of what some of the doctors said. With him at her side, she did. Through the years, they saw many doctors as we sought to improve my mother's quality of life. Her case was unique. There was a continuous review of her case, analyzing the complex drug regimen that was always changing, with the goal of providing the maximum efficacy to control her seizures and ensure her optimal functioning with minimal side effects. It would be so easy to get caught up in the details of her case and see only the anoxic brain injured patient. And sadly, that's how some doctors responded. But there were many doctors who showed great empathy and compassion, even when giving my parents disheartening news. I was always grateful for the doctor who, when walking into his office, would look directly at my mother, greet her, and shake her hands. It seemed simple, but there were many who just looked past her. At times, my mother was angry, sad, and frustrated. She mourned for a life she could no longer have. I appreciated the doctor who took the time to talk to her, but more importantly, the doctor who took the time to listen to her, which wasn't easy, as her speech was extremely difficult to understand. I respected each doctor who saw the person, a beautiful, proud woman, wife, mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, not just a diagnosis. And the doctor who understood the importance of touch to communicate compassion, especially when my mother could no longer follow the conversation and understand what was being said. I was thankful for each doctor who treated her with respect and dignity. I valued the doctor who understood the role my father played in my mother's recovery, and the exceptional ones who partnered with my father, seeking innovative ways to improve her quality of life. And when the end was near, I am forever grateful to the doctor who allowed the aging process to advance naturally, without heroics. She died peacefully, free of pain. My mother passed away 3 years ago, 38 and a half years after the initial traumatic brain injury. She lived to be almost 91 years old and to see the birth of 11 grandchildren and 13 great-grandchildren. She lived a rich and fulfilling life despite the many obstacles and challenges. Our family truly understands how vital caring is to healing, and often to the very survival of the patient, as well as to the quality of life of both patient and family. My father would tell you that from his many years of firsthand medical experience with my mother, the blessing of having caring, compassionate, and very competent doctors. Doctors who treat people, not diseases. Doctors like Arnold and Sandra Gold. So when the Golds developed their vision for a foundation dedicated to fostering humanism in medicine, my father enthusiastically committed his energies and resources to their noble mission. My parents were truly honored to have their names linked with this medical school's annual White Coat Ceremony. The White Coat Ceremony is one but many initiative of the Gold Foundation, and as you have heard, their programs have been embraced by almost all the medical schools throughout the country. Members of the class of 2021, I hope that this is just the first of many events that will inspire each of you to become concerned, compassionate, as well as technologically competent physicians. Just the kind of doctor that you would want treating your very own family. I share your joy and excitement as you start your wonderful professional journey. Good luck in all your studies. Wear your white coat proudly for the next 4 years, and indeed, for your entire medical career. May each one of you be an inspiration to all who know you, and a blessing to all your patients. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Seiden and Dr. Levin, for sharing your experiences and insights with us today. The Gold Humanism Honor Society, I'm hearing things, was an initiative conceived by Norton Seiden in 2002. The Arnold P. Gold Foundation developed this society to identify and recognize students, residents, and faculty who embody humanistic qualities: integrity, excellence, compassion, altruism, respect, empathy, and who serve as a role model and leaders and advocates for humanism in medicine. The society has over 22,000 members. The New Jersey Medical School established this chapter of the Gold Humanism Honor Society in 2003. Today's inductees were selected by faculty and peers at the end of their third year. Today we recognize students from this year's fourth year class who were selected in this process. I now call on Dr. Call, Dr. Soto Green, and Dr. Heinrich to come forward as we begin the induction of our members into the New Jersey Medical School Society, Gold Humanism Honor Society.
I am proud to present the candidates from the class of 2018 for membership in the New Jersey Medical School chapter of the Arnold P. Gold Humanism Honor Society. Emily Babbis, Kushbu Baldo, Megan Campbell, Jillian Decker, Jason Domagauer, Kristen Eshanik, Allison Estiva Saunders, Natasha Featherstone, Jalen Green, Kristen Harris, Jasmine Huerta, Maya Conker, Charles Kreisel, Robert Luceri, Amtul Mansour, Jesse Munoz, Peter Nakagami, Elian Abamado, Ama Olusu Akia, Brandon Schwartz, Malav Shah, Belinda Shao, Raga Suresh, Carrie Sheehan, Uchenna Obozo, and last but not least, Joshua Weiss.
Thank you, Dr. Heinrich, Dr. Carl, and Dr. Soto Green. And congratulations to the new members of the Gold Humanism Honor Society. Now, you can be seated. In addition to student inductees, each year the faculty recipient of the Tall Humanism in Medicine Award presented by the Arnold P. Gold Foundation is inducted into the Gold Humanism Honor Society. It is our privilege to announce the induction of Dr. Anna Natali Pereira, Associate Professor in the Department of Medicine and Director of the Division of General Internal Medicine, into this distinguished society. Dr. Now, Anna, aren't you going to give us the talk? In addition to the students and the faculty member, 6 residents have been chosen by the class of 2018 to receive the Goldman Humanism Honor Society Excellence in Teaching Award. These residents are also being inducted into the Gold Humanism Honor Society. We congratulate all of you for this wonderful honor. I now ask Dr. Richard Levin to return to the podium to lead the inductees in reciting the Gold Humanism Honor Society oath.
If you'd please all raise your right hands and repeat after us. I pledge by all that I hold dear as a physician.
I pledge by all that I hold dear as a physician.
I will care for my patients with compassion, respect, integrity, and clinical excellence.
I will care for my patients with intelligence, integrity, and clinical excellence.
I will listen to my patients with my whole being.
I will listen to my patients with my whole being.
I will advocate for each patient as a unique individual.
I will advocate for each patient as a unique individual.
I will serve as a role model and mentor to promote humanism in healthcare.
I will serve as a role model of humanism in healthcare.
I will remember always the healing power of acts of caring.
I will remember always the healing power of acts of caring.
I will dedicate myself to joining with others to make healthcare optimal for all.
I will dedicate myself to joining with others to make healthcare optimal for all.
Doctors, welcome to the society.
Thank you, Dr. Levin. The class of 2021 is a group of individuals that we are thrilled to have at New Jersey Medical School. In just a few minutes, we'll move to a very important point in your life, the cloaking, where you'll receive the white coat that you have in your arms, and with the receipt of that coat, enter into our society. The cloakers this year are individuals who have been selected to assist you in the process of donning this coat. So we ask these cloakers, the faculty members, to come forward. They're Dr. Davishuk Anjaria, Dr. Alisher Tentler, Dr. Maritza De La Rosa, Dr. Michelle Della Piazza, Dr. Christine Wong, and Dr. Michael Gerstmann. Now, as they line up, we ask the members of the class of 2021 to come to the podium one at a time and line up. And Dr. Hill, do you want to read the names?
Okay. Janet Adiola. Adam Ahmad Chastri. Saad Ali. Grace Un. Carol Apai. Simran Arjani. So, no, we're going to do this at a time. Richard Atala. Naomi Atobiloye. Daniel Aziz. Archana Babu. Shabazz Beg. Jessica Barnes. Elizabeth Batista. Sarah Babihani. John Bertot. Eliana Bessler. Neil Bafsar. Dorian Bogdanovsky. Alexandra Bani. Evelyn Kajusti. Graciela Cando. Peter Cangiolosi. Taylor Carlson. Andrew Caterfino. Samira Chaudhry. Angel Chen. Chris Choi. Asta Chakshi. Salil Chaudhry. Catherine Chung. Marcin Ciesla. Nicholas Colonna. Jessica Conroy. Carlos Paneca. Margaret Dunleamy. Ankor Dasani. Dia Das. Matthew Davis. Nahal Daduk. Crystal Diaz. Ryan Dickton. Andrew Derbish. Akhil Danjapati. Rebecca Eager. Thomas Ibanja. Tiffany Isepawe. Bishoy Izzat. Scott Fabricant. Adam Fano. Matthew Festigi. Nishali Ferraro. Claudia Flores. Ayudeje Forlauren. Ashley Gallagher. Kevin Garvey. Kelly Gall. Luis Guinan. Christine Ha. Gay Pana. John Herendine. Michael Huber. Aditya Hubika. Kevin Huey, Paul Ippolito, Ria Iyer, Tara Jason, Erica Jalal, Mirka Jean Charles, William Jennings, Nia Joseph, Aaron Kalam, Olivia Khan. Priya Contessaria, Thomas Kardashian Seeger, Catherine Kine, Maggie Kent, Daniel Kiffner, Rajni Kumar, Adam Kurland, Thamai Lee, Flora Lima, Nicholas Lepore, Ashley Leto, Mark Leota. Angelica Lopez, Justin Luis, Tina Lula, Selena Ma, Arun Madari, Shifali Mahidadiya, Stefano Malerba, Monica Maloney, Raymond Matthews, Jayant Mayur, Matthew McHugh, Giovanna Mile, Kevin Messina, Margaret Montovano, Maximilian Munoz, Rachel Murray, Alexandra Nades, Priya Nandi, Wissam Nasir, Mohammed Nawaz, Daniel Nagoy, Nadim Obedo, Donald Oyeme, Ariel Munu, Ashley Ohms, Greta Swai Wansu, Katie Otiro, Ahmed Othman, Zane Padella, Jeffrey Pear, John Palmieri, Jillian Paredes, Ashka Parikh, Reshma Parikh, Aksha Puri, Mihir Patel, Shivam Patel, Rishi Patlola, Christopher Pham, Kimberly Pianucci, Christina Pinto, Jessica Pinto, Juanita Pinto, Nikhil Pakali, James Potter, Nafisha Prasad, Carolyn Prince, Siraj Rajesh, Jacob Reed, Dominic Roskowski. Savannah Roy. Claire Ruan. Kirola Saad. Alexime Sangalang. Rohan Sani. Akash Shah. Anna Sheen. Lena Shiori. Jessica Shore. Bilal Siddiqui. Sarah Silverstein. Anushka Sinkar. Supreet Singh. Stephen Skula. Isaac Song. Michael Song. Alaba Shotayo. Chloe Sakis. Monique Sterling. Kabani Sarai. Vanessa Swantik. Eve Swirsky. Abnu Tadros. Ashley Train. Alice Tribe. Jonathan Velsecki Diaz. Jesse Weisblatt. Anthony Veschi. Rashmi Vora. Christopher Warren. David Wasef. Darius White. John Weisner. Elliot Wish. Yaren Wu. Alicia Wu. Heng Shuao. Annie Yang. Ellen Yang. Christine Yan. Gorochin Ying. Hu Jun Yu. Joseph Zoe.
Thank you, Dr. Hill, and thanks to the Cloakers, and again, congratulations to the class of 2021. Each year, our incoming students are asked to recite the Hippocratic Oath during the white coat ceremony. This year, Dr. Lois Mound, an esteemed New Jersey Medical School alumnus, has joined us to lead the students in that oath. Dr. Mound practices in New York City and is a neuropsychiatrist specializing in child and adolescent psychiatry. Upon graduation from medical school in 1968, she served her internship at Montefiore Medical Center, Moses Division, and completed her residency and training at Kings County Hospital Center. Additionally, she completed a fellowship at the New York Psychiatric Institute. She will be celebrating the 50th anniversary of her graduation this next spring. We're delighted that Dr. Mound is with us today. We ask Dr. Mound to come forward now and lead the students in the Hippocratic Oath.
I do solemnly swear by that which I hold most sacred, That I will exercise my art solely for the care of my patients and will give no drug and perform no operation for a criminal purpose, far less suggested. That whatsoever I shall see or hear of the lives of people which is not fitting to be spoken, I will keep inviolably secret. These things I do promise, and in proportion as I am faithful to this, may happiness and good repute be ever mine, and the opposite if I shall be forsworn. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Mom. It is now my pleasure to introduce one of our students who was inducted into the Gold Humanism Honor Society early today, Dr. Jason Domogar. Jason is a member of the class of 2018, and he'll be receiving his MD degree next year. In May of 2016, he received his PhD, thus earning the title of doctor before graduating from medical school. His research focused on examining the mechanics of underlying cancer-associated fibroblast development and its responses to ionizing radiation. This work was sponsored by NASA, the New Jersey Commission for Cancer Research, the French Embassy, and the National Cancer Institute. Jason is also engaged in several local and national initiatives aimed at improving medical and health professional students' education surrounding LGBTQ and other sexual health topics. Most notably, he has served as the co-director of the American Medical Students Association Sexual Health Leadership course and is a co-founder of the Rutgers Human Sexuality and Medicine elective at New Jersey Medical School. Jason is interested in pursuing his career as an academic radiation oncologist, where he'll be able to further his basic science research while improving care for the LGBTQ community. Jason, please come forward.
Good afternoon, Golds, Sedans, members of the Gold Humanism Honor Society, faculty and staff, and most importantly, members of the class of 2021. It is my honor to be able to speak with you all today. As Dr. Johnson said, my name is Jason Domogar, and I'm an 8th-year medical student because I did the MD PhD. This means that I started medical school, many of you are still starting high school or in the very early stages, which is a little bit depressing for me, but very exciting for you because look how far you've all come. It brings me great joy to be able to speak to the incoming class. As a student member of the admissions committee, I have read many applications that are both amazing and inspiring. All of you are no exception. You and your family should be extremely proud of the accomplishments you have achieved and the ones that are still to come. Today, I'm here to speak of the importance of humanism in medicine. To me, being a physician is a calling and a profession of service. I was drawn to medicine and my hopeful career as a radiation oncologist because of my dad and his journey with metastatic lung cancer. My dad was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer in June of 2008 and passed away 3 short months later in August of 2008. As many of you know, perhaps personally, a cancer diagnosis is a life-altering event, not just for a patient, but for a family and a community. My dad was a 26-year veteran of the Elizabeth Police Department. He and my mom were high school sweethearts. He loved animals and boating, but what he enjoyed most was spending time with my family. To me, my dad is my hero and my best friend. He valued education and was extremely proud of me to be the first member of my family to graduate college. Although he was a bit disappointed that I was not going to be pursuing veterinary medicine, as he always hoped. And I guess attending Rutgers and specializing in animal science really just kind of led him on a little bit. You may be wondering why I'm sharing all of this with you. I do so because this is some of the information my dad's oncologists wanted to gather to better understand the man and the family facing this cancer diagnosis. Although he was a seasoned physician, he did not view my dad's cancer as routine. Rather, he recognized this was an immense crisis in my dad's and my family's existence. He taught me the importance of knowing one's patient. Further, he reminded me that as a physician, we are tasked with treating the patient holistically, which includes caring for those who are caring for the patient. Although I am grateful for my dad's oncologists, my most important teacher was my dad. Throughout his life, he taught me to respect and care for others regardless of background or identity. He subscribed to the saying of not judging a book by its cover, as he frequently interacted with people facing immense hardships or crisis in their lives. Often these individuals were angry, yet he always met this with openness and compassion. He opted to take a moment and try to connect with the person to better understand who they were and what was underlying their current emotion. He often found that fear, uncertainty, and/or frustration were at the core. Yet by taking the time to connect and demonstrate that he cared, my dad became better equipped to help. During my dad's illness, he became the person in need of assistance. This was a new and unfamiliar territory for him. He frequently said that he was going to get through this and be there for my family. Although he never let it show, I knew how scared he was. Scared of leaving his family and scared of dying. When my dad was originally diagnosed, I was about to start my last summer semester at Rutgers. I had a few classes to finish my degree. I initially decided to drop these courses to stay home with my family. However, my dad refused adamantly. He told me that seeing my diploma would make him the happiest man in the world and make him feel better. Therefore, I focused on the courses and came home every week to see him. As the summer progressed, I began to both long for and fear returning home. As each time I returned, my dad grew increasingly unfamiliar to me. I saw the physical and mental progression of his disease, yet my dad was always ecstatic to see me. He would sit outside and talk about the classes I was taking and about applying to medical school. He would frequently try to slip in how wonderful vet school would be, which made us both laugh. It was during these times of sitting together that my dad taught me the importance of not forgetting the person behind the disease. Although my dad was outwardly changing, he was still my buddy that I knew my entire life. He still had hopes. He still had dreams. He refused to let cancer become his identity. As the summer ended, I finished my degree and had my diploma rushed home. Unfortunately, by this time, my dad was in a coma. I brought the piece of paper to his bedside to show him that I had kept my promise. My dad passed away 2 days later. I had my diploma cremated with him. For me, it was a way of thanking him for all the sacrifices he made and how he made me the person I am today, and give me the opportunity to take care of others and utilize all that he taught me. As I've progressed through medical school, I've met many patients that remind me of my dad. They are scared, facing a disease they know little about, yet they remain steadfast and not allowing their lives to become consumed by it. As healthcare professionals, we can easily forget that an illness afflicts an individual. It does not become the individual. To truly treat a patient, we must know the person. We must know their past, know their present, and know their future. As a patient wants to know that you care for them on a deeper level, that you are in their corner, ready to tackle this unfamiliar foe right alongside them. As you begin your medical career, do not forget what brought you here. Many of the stories from your personal statements continue to inspire me and bring me great hope for the future of the next generation of physicians. I will not lie to you. Medical school is hard, and being a physician is maybe even harder. However, it can be exponentially more rewarding. Do not underestimate the impact you can have as a student, as a simple act of kindness can create a small ripple that will extend greatly beyond your wildest imagination. Lastly, remember that you'll have many educators throughout your medical career, with some of your most important teachers being your patients and their families. It can be easy to overlook the lessons that they impart if we are not open to receiving the gifts. I implore you to not brush aside a difficult patient, as they may be responding out of fear or pain. Do not overlook a comatose patient, as they may still value your company. Do not ignore a patient's family, as they also long for your care. And lastly, do not forget to care for yourselves, as one of the best things we can do for others is to ensure that we are happy and whole ourselves. Remember that there are many different types of teachers out there waiting for you. You just have to look for them. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Well, thank you, Jason. It was was wonderful. Before we close, I would like to thank several groups for their ongoing efforts to support the White Coat ceremony. We are thankful to the Arnold P. Gold Foundation for their generous support every year. Additionally, we are thankful to the New Jersey Medical School Alumni Association for providing scholarships and support for this ceremony. And also, I particularly like to thank the Office of Student Affairs, the Registrar, Admissions, and Alumni Affairs for their support for this event. There's one more group I'd like to both thank and congratulate, and that's your parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends, all those people out there who have produced you and supported you through college and wherever else you've been, will continue to support you as you go through medical school and support you throughout your life. So why don't you stand up, turn around, and give them a thank. All of you, this is members of the class of 2021 and also the members of the class of 2018, had a single exciting experience when our next speaker called you to tell you you've been accepted to this medical school. And that is my friend and colleague and fellow alumnus from the New Jersey Medical School class of 1972, Dr. George Heinrich, our Associate Dean for Admissions. George?
Good afternoon. This is a very profound day. We have great weather, but you have gotten your white coat and officially recited your Hippocratic Oath. This is your path. You're started. Savor it, enjoy it, and it's the parents and relatives and friends who are here today that can share this excitement of our students starting their first year of medical school and recognizing our commitment to education, excellence, professionalism, and humanism. Almost 14 years ago, we established the Healthcare Foundation Center for Humanism and Medicine. This is the first endowed center of its type at any medical school. The Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, through its then board chair, Les Lieberman, made this possible. This center continues to build on the efforts of the Gold Foundation. Our responsibility is to take care of individuals, and as you've heard, it isn't about treating the disease, it's taking care of the patients and their families. Personal interaction is always essential, and as you've heard, one of my special privileges is to personally call and inform each student of their acceptance during the year. So I assume there are many family members here who probably also remember the excitement of my call. I am very determined, by the way, and I will track down students anywhere in the world. Our greatest asset at this medical school is our students. Through their education, our graduates, where they practice, where they go, and I have great excitement when I see our graduates in hospitals, which I visit in all different places. So these are the assets, this is the passion, this is the future. And so we are really celebrating that today. All medical students face challenges, as Dean Johnson just said, at some point during the education, and it will be the parents and families who will play an essential role in the support during the next 4 years. I want to emphasize one of the things that Dean Johnson says, don't forget to say thank you for getting you where you are right now. This is pretty big stuff. And you think about what you've done, or haven't done in the past, and how you had that support. And so afterwards, don't forget to mention that. Now also, since this is such a great moment, you've already, thanks to Dean Johnson, recognized your relatives. I think you got to recognize where you are today. So give yourselves some applause as well. And those of you who put your a cappella singers on your application have already heard from me recruiting you for our great vocal cords. So that's one of the things I do during the admissions process, and you know who you are, so you better be singing. New Jersey Medical School and its Alumni Association are pleased to be part of this great event, which recognizes we're all joining in a single goal to graduate the finest physicians possible who will be alumni of our school in 4 or 8 years, whichever you may want to take. If you want to do a PhD, let's go for it. We have some MD PhDs. As a graduate myself, I'm always eager and proud to acknowledge, as I did with the class of 2021 earlier today, that Dr. Sandra Gold and Dr. Arnold Gold and Norman Seiden and his late wife Barbara are all honorary alumni of New Jersey Medical School. This is actually the 21st year that the ceremony has been named the Barbara and Norman Seiden White Coat Ceremony to honor both Barbara and Norman Seiden. And the dean said it a little differently in his remarks, but I really consider this a graduation ceremony into medical school. So they're bookends, and we have a lot of fun on convocation when we cloak you, and you're going to realize how fast this really went. I always have some first-year students say it's not going to go fast, and they're the ones who come at convocation and tell me, this went faster than you ever said. You'll enjoy it, make it good, make it yours. So we're here to support the education. The Alumni Association, as you heard, is also supporting a reception in the back of the plaza when we get started later on. And as we conclude these ceremonies, please let the class of 2021 exit first, and there will be many students and staff members to guide you. So at this point, I want to say congratulations to the class. Savor the impact of this incredible moment in your life and enjoy the rest of the day. Please drive safely. Congratulations.